Just when you thought 2020 could not get any worse. Big oof today for the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Absolutely devastating for their men's college basketball program and for next season's team as well, which would have made it, in my opinion, to the 2021 NCAA Tournament. But now Oklahoma State won't even be invited into next season's big dance. Today, the NCAA came down with a devastating punishment for the Oklahoma State Cowboys. The NCAA punished Oklahoma State by banning them from the 2021 NCAA Tournament. According to CBS Sports, along with the NCAA Tournament ban, Oklahoma State also received multiple penalties here by the NCAA that came down today, which included 3 years of probation, a reduction of men's college basketball scholarships by a total of 3 during the 2020 through 2023 academic years. Also, Oklahoma State will receive a $10,000 fine plus 1% of men's basketball program with that program there with a fine going to. And also, Oklahoma State had a reduction of official visits for the men's basketball program, as that number happens to go down from 25 now to 18 visits for official visits during the 2019-20, 2020-21 rolling 2-year period. Also, another penalty here is basketball unofficial visits for Oklahoma State. That will not be allowed for 2 weeks during the fall of 2020 and also 2 weeks during the fall of 2021, as Oklahoma State also must ban unofficial visits for an additional 3 weeks during the fall of 2020, 2021, and or 2022. The Cowboys also are not allowed to recruit by the phone for a 1-week period during the 2020-21 academic year. Oklahoma State also not allowed to recruit and contact college prospects through the phone for an additional 6 weeks during the probation period. Oklahoma State also had the number of recruiting in-person days reduced by 12 during the 2019-20 academic year, and the Cowboys also have to reduce that number also by 5 for the 2020-21 academic year as well. Another punishment here that happens to be is that the men's basketball staff is not allowed to participate in off-campus evaluations. This happens for 3 consecutive days that they can't participate in those off-campus evaluations, as that will happen during the summer evaluation periods in 2020. And the last punishment here that came down by the NCAA was a 10-year show cause order for the former associate head coach who happens to be in the center of all the scandal here. His name is Lamont Evans. And that's basically the reason why Oklahoma State cannot participate in the NCAA tournament, is because of Lamont Evans. And during the 10-year show cause period here, is if any NCAA member school employs Evans, that school must restrict them from any athletic-related duties unless it happens to show reason into why the 10-year ban from coaching should not apply. So those are all the punishments I just went over. Of course, the biggest one, though, Oklahoma State, unfortunately, banned from the 2021 NCAA tournament. According to ESPN, the penalties for Oklahoma State are a result of a Level 1 violation, which happens to be from the former associate head coach, who I just mentioned his name, Lamont Evans. Evans accepted $18,150 in bribe money, also $22,000 as well. Happened to accept this money from financial investors to influence student athletes. Evans did this while he was at South Carolina, where he was an assistant head coach prior to Oklahoma State for the Gamecocks, and he also did this as well at Oklahoma State. Evans was also accused here of unethical conduct after federal wiretaps and undercover videos caught him in engaging in schemes to recruit players to schools he was employed by. The main goal here of Evans was to link up prospects with a sports agency, which was led by Christian Dawkins, which at the time was not known that that sports agency happened to be funded by the FBI. Now, Evans was terminated by Oklahoma State back on September 28th of 2017. That happened to be, his termination happened within 72 hours of Oklahoma State when they learned about his allegations. Oklahoma State also, they stated today that they would immediately file an appeal of penalties to the NCAA to see if they can erase that ban for 2021. The deadline for filing the appeal is June 20th, and the appeal will be heard by the Infractions Appeal Committee. A statement went out today by Oklahoma State University. It quoted, "The university is stunned by the severity of the penalties and strongly disagrees with them. The penalties do not align with the facts and are unfair and unjust. The NCAA agreed with Oklahoma State University that Lamont Evans acted alone for his own personal gain." Quote there today by Oklahoma State University. So this NCAA tournament ban, it is just devastating here for the #1 recruit in the class of 2020 coming in 5-star Cade Cunningham, who committed to Oklahoma State on the opening day of the 2019-20 college basketball season back in November. This news may have an impact here with the future of Cade Cunningham with what happened today, because Cunningham now happens to be playing basically for nothing for this upcoming season, to come to Oklahoma State and not play in an NCAA tournament, to not win a Big 12 title, and to not have that chance to be a national champion here. It is just so unfortunate that Oklahoma State happens to be banned from the 2021 NCAA tournament when a #1 recruit in Cade Cunningham is entering into the program for this upcoming season. It's just so unfortunate there. I feel it's just devastating there. I feel for Cade Cunningham. But man, I honestly wouldn't be shocked if Cade Cunningham follows top recruit Jalen Green and just ditches Oklahoma State to go play in the NBA for the G League. But according to Jeff Berzello here of ESPN, he stated here through head coach Mike Boynton, which Boynton released a statement today about Cade Cunningham, and this statement by Boynton happened, quote, "We're going to have conversations. We're going to try to look at all the options, whether they are G League, overseas, transfer to another school, stay at Oklahoma State. Whatever he decides is the best for his future, I'm going to support 100%. That's a quote there by head coach of the Oklahoma State, Mike Boynton, on Cade Cunningham. With Cade Cunningham finding out the news about this today, must be devastating for him to hear, man. Just so unfortunate here for Oklahoma State, but man, just 2020's just been a rough year, but this one right here, just rough for Oklahoma State. NCAA tournament ban, ouch. I just feel so bad for them, because they're going to basically be the new Georgia Tech from last season. Just so much talent on this roster here, and nothing to compete for now because of no March Madness tournament coming up in 2020 for them as of right now, as they happen to be banned today by the NCAA for March Madness for the NCAA tournament for 2021. Thanks so much, everyone, for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel, as this is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube.